Hello, in this video, we are going to be looking at Microsoft's projects timeline. So when you look at a project created inside the Microsoft project software, there is an option normally at the top called a timeline. Now, what this enables you to do is to view your key tasks along one timeline, sharing with clients and other stakeholders for clarity instead of having to look at everything in the Gantt chart. If we go to the view ribbon, you will see that there is an option there for a timeline, and you can actually have multiple timelines. So you might want one for clients, you might want one for internal stakeholders, for example, but we're going to keep one in this session. So I have my timeline and I have my tasks in my Gantt chart. And we can just do them one by one. And it may be that you want to look at this one, the project kickoff meeting, right click and add to timeline. So it will go on the timeline there. And then I'm going to do that one and I am going to add it to the timeline. And what you do is it builds up on the timeline. Now you can, if I go back to here, I can take it off again. This is saying it's at the top of the screen. And in here, I can change the date range of the timeline. Now, if I want to, I can select multiple and I can add them to the timeline. And you can see that has added them all in the one click. So instead of having to do them individually, you can go through here. Now, when you are on the timeline, you'll see that it changes to a specific timeline ribbon. And in here, we have got a few options that you may want to have a look at. So it allows you to have overlap tasks. You can see you can change the number of text lines that are being displayed. In here, we can have call out tasks and we can have milestones. So you can add them directly in here. I can remove that from the timeline if I would like to. And this is where you can copy the timeline. So the email is more low resolution and presentation is higher resolution. So it can go into a PowerPoint for display or part of a project update. A quick email to somebody on project setup is there. So let me just go through and I'm going to go back in here and I'm just going to add that to the timeline there. So I can do there and I can display it as a call out because I couldn't read it like it was. So it's displayed as a call out. Let me just do another one here. I'm going to add it to the timeline. That one's come out down there like that because it's quite a long one. And I'm going to add that one to the timeline as well. So that one, I want to make that a call out task and it's put up there. So I think you can see how the timeline is a really useful addition to Microsoft Project. And if you want to simply put them all on there, we can add everything to the timeline. But in this case, that would look way too much. I would want to remove some of these probably. And I think it's much better when you can manage what you are displaying. Just to finish, let me just put in a phase, and you'll see that whole phase goes in there as well. So just decide how you want your timeline to look. And of course, because it is linked with the project, if anything changes in the project, your timeline will automatically move. So it's dynamic, just like an Excel formula. Anything will move as you change the dates down here. And you can also change the formatting of your timeline. Maybe you can change in here. Just take that last bit out because I was in the wrong place. So we have our timeline format here, and we can remember if we want to, we can go to the view ribbon and we can turn it off. And then when we want to display it again, we just turn it on again. So hopefully the timeline is something that you will utilise in your project updates. See you next time.